What's going on, traders? It looks like we got a momentary pause in this rally. Is it a turnaround? Is it a pause? Is this a pullback we should be watching? I'll go ahead and run over that, of course, with Joel Elconin coming on next. You guys smash a thumbs up to get us started. Let's go ahead and dive into At the Close.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, let's dive into this market. How we doing, Joel? How is this market for you today?
Not too bad, not too bad. Not a great day. Not a great day. Let me show the charts here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And we were looking really good this morning. We were out of the gate. We were out of the gate strong in the regular session. And then a little bit too much too fast. 42, 60 and a half. Nothing there for you. Started to leak just after that, just past the first hour of trading. We've come down into yesterday's close, so that will be the battleground. The high close of the rebound has been 42.10, and we're battling it right now. The low made a new low, 42.0275. Not much significant there. So a good day in the fact, but that we might post another closing high for the move, but not a good day that. We're $50 off that intraday high or the high for the rebound. Crude having another good day, up 212 at 94.05. Gold slipping, but still in the 1800 handle, down 960 at 1804.10. Silver, that's much weaker. That's down 48 cents, 2026. Bitcoin trying to get that close in the 24K handle, up 535 at 24,190. And Ethereum futures, they're in the green too. They were strong yesterday, up $73.50.
So, Joel, what did we write up as the pre-market prep stock of the day? Was it Disney?
Actually, I did not do a pre-market prep stock
Oh,
of the day.
I caught you today. I caught you today. I guess today would be the day that I ask about it, right? But let's
but
what would have been?
What did I do? Is I wrote a preview for something that's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow on premarketprep.com, I'm going to have Mr. Gene Munster, managing partner at Loop Ventures. He's going to join me, and he is going to talk about Q2 earnings because it was kind of a funky earnings season, and then he's gonna talk about not Q2 and not Q3 or not Q3 and not Q4. He's going to open up his crystal ball and he's going to look for next year in tech stocks. I think he's maybe not so optimistic for the remainder of the year, which is an interesting fact in and of itself. But for 2023, so that's going to be tomorrow at 2:30. I'll remind all you guys during the show tomorrow. And I'm trying to get on the Benzinga YouTube channel here to put the link in there. So you caught me. No stock of the day. But if it did, if I wrote it up, it would have been a house of mouse. And the only reason, that's a big move for Disney. Let's go to the pre-market trading. And this is what my article would have said. It was a robust pre-market high, was never reached in the regular session. Peaked very early on, and come on, this thing was at $90 back at the end of July. Reaches 123 today, 123 and change, and then tapers off. So that would have been, if I did a pre-market prep stock of the day, it would have been focusing on the pre-market high in the house of mouse.
It's interesting to see that, pull back, and we'll keep watch tomorrow to see if maybe we find some bounce in that one. Now, one that I did catch that was the disaster stock of the day, you can kind of say they're related. Six Flags Entertainment. That was no entertainment there unless you were a bear. Definitely getting hit hard on on their earnings, and the EPS coming in at 53 cents. Adjusted EPS was 68 cents, down from 81 cents year over year. Sales at 435 million, missing the 518.49 million estimate.
Man,
Six Flags, the six.
Six Flags. They might have to go to Five Flags. I don't know if they can afford Six Flags. Boy, oh boy. I mean, you got a level to lean on. It's a monthly level, feeling kind of heavy. Maybe it was too far to come down, but 3 monthly lows, and I'll just give them to you. June low, 1991. Your July low. 1987. Your low for this month, a little bit lower than both of those, 1980, but you're a buck off it. You've been as high as 21.51. So down but not out for Six Flags.
Yeah, one thing that I would say is this is a clear example of a chart that I would say if you're an investor, you always got to know you're out. Let's say if you were in that sideways consolidation between 2021 and 2022, you can see it on the monthly chart on the bottom right there for Joel. And there was a lot of consolidation there between that whole year. And then in April of this year, it just said goodbye to that range. And when it said goodbye, I think some investors probably said goodbye also, because since then it's just been a far leak down.
Yeah, and I mean, you got your out if you're trying along. What if you're looking for this to press it? I mean, it's a buck off the low. In order to get through it, with you maybe if you get some closes at like 2020, 2030. A little bit closer, a little bit more running start. But I also looked at Cedar Point, fun, being torn between the Disney beat and the parks looking good. And then, the Six Flags disaster. This is obviously more closely correlated with Six Flags. Still made a new high for the rebound. Well, for this recent rebound, not a new high since July. And then reversed. This one's looking a little bit heavy. I'd lean on the parallels 43.14, 43.30 from the last two sessions. If that goes under 42 bucks, you could look at your 3-day low of 41.81.
Let's go to some energy names now. That was the leading sector on the day. It was up about 1.45% since the open. We can take a look at some of these names to see what was moving there. Not a bad day. Let's go to one that I've been catching that has been stronger. I've talked about how I feel like the chart is better. ConocoPhillips, COP. This is one that we don't cover too often.
ConocoPhillips having a good day here. Gapped up off the earnings. We got the pre-market action. How high we been? We stuck into the 100 handle, 101.32. Nothing there. 101.64 was your high on June 17th. You backed off a buck. So what you need, and you also have a gap in here, need to build a little bit of a base, right? And get a little momentum and then take your shot. But found resistance in the same area that it did at the end of June. But how far are we? We're kind of mid. Oh boy, this traded down to 97.52 today. Holy mackerel! Who took that out?
Opportunity.
Whoa!
I was looking for it to get back into triple digits. It's an interesting stock to watch.
It hasn't had a gap like that in a while. So gap and go, and nowhere near filling that gap. Needed another $1.20 lower to fill the gap.
The next 4%er in oil that I caught was, of course, Warren. If he's keeping those 57s, I mean, he's been buying good. Whoever's his technical analyst, I need to get him on.
A little bit of a trading range, though. Be alert to 60 bucks, 66 bucks. Boom, 66.12. Boom, 66.05. Then 3 highs just under that. It's maybe Warren's buying 50, selling 57, selling 66s all day long. And he's going to keep it in a trading range before he takes it over.
If he's doing that, he's smarter than me, Joel.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where you
He's
peaked
killing it.
last month. So, boy, keep an eye on 66, 2 big days for Occidental Petroleum.
Yeah, something that we'll keep watch how these oil plays keep developing. But let's go to the financial services. They had a strong kind of opening and then, gave back some of them. I'm wondering what's to do with like stocks like Bank of America and JPM from here.
Oh boy, oh boy. I mean, they got a bid, 2 days of gap and go. I remember Bank America doing this in the past, and it doesn't give you a shot to get in here if you weren't in before. Double gap area. I don't know. Those are going to be filled. 36, a little bit of a psychological level there. Didn't really have any highs at 36. The close, well, I guess you did. 36.11. That was your high on June 8th. Today, you get to 36.06, but you're still hanging in the upper quadrant there, right? So I think, got a shot here. Big 2 day move for it, but let's see if you can catch a 36 bid tomorrow.
Now, where did we see destruction? Of course, it was in technology, but after a big ramp yesterday, that really wasn't too concerning to me. Now, healthcare was a big turnaround, also down about 0.72% here. Drug manufacturers getting hit hard, the major ones. Of course, this all getting led by what went on with GSK, but it affected all of them today. You could see it Pfizer down 3.38%. And this is really starting to be more of a warning flag. We don't know why all of them are just getting hit so hard. At least for me, I can't see it. But definitely, this is something that we need to pay attention to.
All right, let's see. GSK was the culprit, right?
Mm-hmm.
They started it this morning, but it
Yep.
looks like they priced it a little bit too much here. Got nowhere near the pre-market low and battling back. So it was GSK, it was SNY.
SNY. Yep.
Yep, that came back too. Pfizer, I know they were beating up that in the pre-market. Got down to 48. Nice psychological number there. We talked about that. Not getting as much of a bounce. And then what were the boy? There was a bunch of them that were getting hit off that, and that's just just the algos moving around. Bristol Myers tests the high of the move and then retreats. So just a rotation. I see that, well, UNH is not directly related, but look at this Johnson and Johnson. This is down $3.13. So, ooh, testing the lows of the move too.
All right, let's get out of the biotechnology. Let's go into a stock that wasn't looking bad into the open. And now, of course, with the market pulling on back, it pulled back, but it made a nice move out the gates. The Dutch Bros, get your caffeine while it's still there.
All right, so let's see. Bros, I know it was pressing. It was pressing hard in the
Mm-hmm.
pre-market, and just a little bit too much, too fast there, right? It took out, if you were leaning on the pre-market high, that didn't do you too much because it exceeded that by quite a bit. I don't know. Did I Yeah, I think I mentioned these highs here were in the was it these? Uh, no, it was a little bit lower. This was a tough one because I saw all those cells at 49.50 area, and it was trading above it in the pre-market. So the fact that it held it early, got up to 54. When it finally came back down and cracked that, that's when the decline started. So the sellers, they were a little bit more patient, got some better prices on it. But the daily high really doesn't like I couldn't give you like a level 55, 89 was your next level. And it didn't even get into the 55 handle.
Well, it looks like the Apes put up a fight today, Joel. AMC trying to close up near the highs now, and the daily getting right back up there.
Yep, a little bit of a sell-off and then a snapback rally, filled the gap and then some. The apes are fighting back here. Boom, boom. Actually, didn't make a new high for the move. The high for the move is 27.50. You got to 26.08. Now, I'll say something that bodes well for the stock, at least for today, is, man, that close. If it can hang and close up here, the highest close of the recent rebound was from the 10th. That was yesterday. That was 23.67. You're looking to improve on that on almost by $2. There you go. Boy, oh boy, big day. Apes fighting back on that one, kind of in a red tape.
All right, let's go towards Rivian, as we're going to be expecting this to hit the tape after they close the earnings. It had a good day, up about 4%. Estimated revenues estimated to come in at 337.52 million.
Mhm.
So keep your eyes on that revenue. That's a jump of almost, it's a little bit over 2.5 from the last quarter revenue. So big jump there, and kind of revenue expected here.
Right. We'll see if man, look at this. Double it. That's what it done. Is double it. Look what it done from the 20, under 20, got to 40. Boy, oh boy, street leading super long into the report. So that means they're just gonna have to blow it away. Do we go trend line here, Mitchy Mitch?
Yeah, we definitely can. If it holds that trend, we're still good, right?
There we go. There we go. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Ho, ho, ho. I keep an eye on today's low, 37.75. That's your trap door. Long as it stays above that, the Rivster looks okay. If you want to get super fancy here, oh my, you're just going to be absolutely amazed here. Look at this, channelingstocks.com. Look at that. I got it. Kind of looks like a roundabout in my neighborhood, but around my area. But you could do that. You could draw that channel, kind of getting up near the top of it. I wish I could do that better, but there you go. There you go. I'd be more concerned if I was long about the bottom of the channel at 37.75. So Rivian getting off the mat ahead of the report.
All right, now one candle that's a hard one to call. I think it's one that I'll keep watch is TTD. TTD. It's a hard one.
I know exactly what this candle looks like, and I haven't even pulled it up yet. So this is what it did, and I might be totally wrong. Went up, made a new high, but then came back down.
You know it, Joel. You know how these stocks like to play that
game. Wasn't trading it, wasn't looking at it. But yeah, they took out yesterday. I mean, that's a big old move. The Bulls were in control. They took it up to just over 76. And then what was the opening print on that one? That would have been a good one. Your opening print was 74.60. So this is the start of the regular session. You had the quick move down, and then you came back. But look when you came back down, when you lost that 74.60, if you would have had a little itsy bitsy sell stop in there, you would have got done with ease. And then now you're down at just under 72. Man, this thing going into the report, Mitch, this was up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Write down the 8-day rule, Mitch. We gotta put that in the book. 8 days.
8-day rules.
Yes. The we'll get 8 days, 8 days of Hanukkah, 8 days of the SPY consolidating here before it broke. 8 days of consolidation here before it whipped up. But yeah, TDD, I call the turn in that one. If you're, think it's just going to hold the gap, then, maybe put the stop in between there. But you had your chance to sell it on strength for a day and a half, and now it's turned. Oh, what was this monthly high here? 75.98. You got to 76.34. Folks, you got to, when stocks getting in these, in these weird areas, or, go to your monthlies. Find out what your monthly information is giving you. That one would have given you a potential sale, 36 cents off now, which is, $5 lower, $4 lower.
I should have known
Spoos are
about the.
tired, man. Spoos are tired, Mitch. You
Yeah.
got to get in there and bid. Yeah, we're
Okay.
back
I
towards
told
the
you.
lows of the session.
I told you we can hang out here. We just can't break that 417 in my eyes. But like you said, the 8-day consolidation goes by one of my favorite movies, The 8 Crazy Nights, right? That's a technical foul. That's one of my favorites right there. Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler is one of my favorite actors. People say I look like him, but we won't get into that.
Did you see that one, his most recent movie?
Oh yeah, I did. The Hustler. The Hustle.
Or
It was on Netflix, right?
Maybe I'm thinking of another one, Uncut Gems.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Oh, you got to see that one.
You got to see the
You'll
basketball
like that.
one.
He
There's
was
a
a
basketball
real
one on
yes,
Netflix.
yeah. Well, Uncut Gems was I think that was the name of it. He was a big time gambler. Big time. Yeah, that's a good one.
Can't go wrong there. Spy coming down a little bit. We'll see what happens there.
You ever see Billy Madison?
Oh, of course. I mean, if you haven't seen Billy Madison, I mean, you don't even know who Adam Sandler is, probably.
Okay. All right. Focus.
Let's go to it. Let's get to it here. Pal's asking, Disney keeps bleeding on a good earnings. It's okay. It's ripped.
Look what it's done. Come on.
Yeah, we can't always just keep going up in one direction when you gap up that big. Like, this is one of those things that you can't just expect just continued move, especially when you've seen a stock move that much off on the daily chart. It's okay. It's just hanging in here. As long as we don't give back all the gains, that's when I start getting concerned. Right, Joel?
Yeah, I mean, right here, if you're trading this, and I think I did talk about this morning and the top of the show, I really think there's algorithms or there's traders or they keep it bid up there. This is the pre-market, and I mean I don't even know. Dennis could probably attest to it better than that. But I bet you people will not like if you show like 1,000 share bid. Instead of whacking you, I think that they'll jump ahead of you on that, and they'll bid ahead of you because they think you're like a real buyer. Here you are going right up into the open. We're still now just coming in before the open, right? This is your 930 bar. Then they're like, okay, we're gonna start selling now. Okay, we don't want to scare them. We want to keep it up there because just think about this. I mean, all these bag holders from 125 since the middle of April, you're nearly, not everyone was averaged down like Triple D. But it also, I mean, I think someone mentioned yesterday, maybe it was Spinner, that the 115s were going for $3.50. And I kind of laughed. I'm like, how the heck are you going to make money on that? I think, was it the 112? I think it was the 115s that were going for 3.5. So 118.5 is your profit. You can lock in stock. You sell it at 120. You lock it in there. So optionality, a big move, a big gap. We'll see. The bulls are going to have to step up here because a lot of times these stocks have these gap ups and they have these kind of days. They just don't crater right away and go down and fill the gap at 112.67. So you're gonna have to find someone after this move, after that red candle, to get a couple lows in this area and then go up and retest. So that's a look again at the House of Mouse. We got 6 minutes left. They want a new high close for the rebound. They don't want the name of my end of the day wrap be a key reversal, even though it is kind of a reversal. But we're not red on the session. Not yet a key reversal. Right, Mitch?
Nope. And I think as long as we stay above the range, that's what I'm looking at mainly because it's okay to come back and touch it, right? Even a wick down there wouldn't upset me. It's anything that closes back into the range because then you'll get for sure probably some bears to step up to the plate and being like, oh, we got this. We got the bulls on the run now. And at least in my eyes, as long as today didn't really just crash at the open, that gave me the symbol and that I have no place in being bearish until we get some real hard downside action and price action or a catalyst to bring us down. And so with that, with that, I think we just keep watch, right? If there's a catalyst that brings us down or some really hard downside price action, then I could be getting into the point of concern. Of course, watch the VIX, right? We're getting a little bit of a bounce there. We'll keep an eye on that, but it was a hard down move yesterday. And so it's okay. Sideways action for me. I've already given my level 417 on the SPY, and I'm just going to continue watching that. As long as it's above that, we're green. Now,
I'll go with, see, here's the thing, and this is what I'll be looking at for decides the close, because we're going to have a double close area. But the like does that 4260, that just seems like a long ways away now, right? And so what's going to happen tomorrow, or you're just not going to rip up to 4260. There's there's a lot of people are thinking, wow, what a run. I was really expecting it just to, run, because we also talked about the dailies, right? And I said this morning, I said, there's no resistance here. These are the 2 days that we were looking at, right? But just because I can't find resistance, right? That doesn't mean that, I mean, you just knew you weren't going to go straight to 4,300, right? There was nothing here. I can't remember if that was like a pump and pow kind of event when we went up and then came right back down. But the market gave you a number. So now your daily pivot is going to be, higher, and that's going to be the level of control. But that's a roadblock. I mean, the market, backing off and closing wherever, we're very close, 50 handles off the high. That's significant to me. And I'm not willing to call the turn yet. And I don't have a good enough number on the downside for me to say, wow, sell on weakness. But I would say yesterday's or today's low, which will be yesterday's low tomorrow, 4202.75. There's nothing on that. Wednesday's intraday low is down at 78.50. So that's how the levels are setting up here. A couple minutes to close. You want to sneak a couple tickers in here, Mitch? Or
yeah, you guys can
tomorrow?
drop in some tickers. Some people are taking a look. There's someone talked about the dollar. Apple's been crazy bullish. Now, one thing that I'd point to is that the market breadth has definitely changed, right? SMA 50 was one thing that we were watching. We had gotten down to as low as 15% that were only at the below or above the 50 SMA. Now we're at 77.9% of stocks are above their SMA 50. And then if we take a look at the slower number, the number that lags, the SMA 200, right? Now we're at 28.1% of stocks are above, when this had gotten as low as 13%. And so there you see it. That's the change there that we want to go ahead and continue to see. What does this shows us? That it's not one stock leading the rally up. It's been a lot of stocks, right? When we can see that, when there's so many stocks that we open their charts and we see them up 30, 40%. Now, Gush, one mentioned in the chat, but that's kind of like a day trader stock. I don't know if we want to take a quick look at that maybe.
I'm just going to look at crude.
Yeah, that's
boom. I would say for this, wow, crude is just crazy. I would say what I'd be looking at right now, if I was long crude, is I look at these pair of highs, a buck and a half higher. We backed off there because we got to 95.05. We couldn't get there today. If I was a bull, I would want to, I'd be the level. I'm like, we got to get to 96.5. We got to take out 96.5 and close above 96.5. The longer looking right instead of left, the longer you start to fade at 95.20 and 95.50, boom, boom, then you got another chance of rolling over. But major resistance, 96.50. First things first, we're a buck off the high from today. So 95.05, and then of course the 96.50 area. There's a battle going on, but it looked like the bears are going to get the red close, double close area right now. Anyways, we speak 42.10. The high close in the move, unless we get a big reversal here in the last 30-second VWAP. That's how they determine the closing price of the S&P. Just don't ask me why they do that now. But there's your unchanged print. Up a little bit. Oh, look at that. Some late buyers. Oh, all right. Well, we get a new high close in the move. Maybe some people are expecting the close on the low. They didn't get the presence of the low. Little bit of short cover in there. I don't even know what that last print's gonna. It's gonna be one of those days where like the last print's like 42.10, and they trade $5 away from it in the pre-market. Just remind you guys, folks. I put the link. I'm gonna be on with Gene Munster tomorrow at 2:30 on PreMarketPrep.com. And I'll remind you about that. And then, Mitch, I'll let you finish up. I know they got the cannabis thing, but if you can you run that promo for the event?
Of course, we'll cover that right now. Definitely, guys, check out this intro to swing trading. If you guys want to do a little learning with Joel Elconin, Dennis Dick, Rob Friesen, all hosted by Spencer Israel, check out the intro to swing trading with PreMarket Prep. Now, all you got to do is go to PreMarketPrep.com. Go on over, guys. Check that on out. And what will you see there? Well, this trailer will tell you all about it. And up next, after this, we'll be getting into a cannabis panel with federal regulation on Cannabis Insider today. So if you guys want to hear about what is the situation with cannabis, is it going federally legal? Well, you just want to stick around right here. See Cannabis Insider up next if you want to find that out. Now we'll go ahead and play that swing trader trailer. And like I said, go to PreMarketPrep.com. And if you want a discount, all you got to do is put in PMPP10 for your guys' 10% discount. Check it on out, the swing trading event by PreMarketPrepPlus.com or PreMarketPrep.com. It's not plus, but it's by PreMarket Prep Plus.
Are you tired of being sucked into momentum stocks just as the momentum turns the other way? Do you not have a big enough account or tired of the complexity for options trading? Well, join PreMarket Prep's introduction to swing trading. This is going to get me fired up. Learn event-driven trading, seasonality, sympathy trading, and you can stay on top with optimal hedging strategies. So welcome back, Spencer Israel, from the market hiatus, and learn along with Tim as he hones his trading and investing skills. August 18th, 12 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern. You think you learn a lot every day listening to PreMarket Prep? Learn how to become an investor that can survive the swings, ups and downs in this volatile environment.